Starting at the top position is Elden Ring, From Software's masterpiece that revolutionizes open-world design while delivering one of the most intricate narratives in gaming. The game plunges you into the lands between as a tarnished warrior, seeking to become the Elden Lord by collecting great runes from demigod bosses. What makes the storytelling exceptional is how it weaves environmental details, item descriptions, and cryptic NPC dialogue into a cohesive mythology about ambition, betrayal, and the cyclical nature of power. The narrative never holds your hand, instead rewarding exploration and careful observation with revelations about the world's history. Each major boss has deeply tragic backstories that unfold through their arenas, weapons, and the context of their encounters. The open world structure allows you to tackle challenges in various orders, creating personalized narrative experiences. Character quest lines intersect in surprising ways, with choices leading to different outcomes and multiple endings. The DLC Shadow of the Erdtree expands the lore significantly, with new revelations about key figures.
Second on our countdown, Horizon Forbidden West continues Aloy's journey with a story that expertly balances personal stakes with apocalyptic threats. You venture into the titular Forbidden West, searching for a backup of Gaia to restore Earth's terraforming systems, while uncovering secrets about the ancient world. The narrative explores themes of legacy, sacrifice, and environmental responsibility through well-developed characters and emotional story beats. Aloy's character development shows her learning to accept help and form genuine connections after years of isolation. The supporting cast features memorable personalities like the charming Erend, enigmatic Silence, and new companions with their own compelling arcs. Side quests are thoughtfully written, often dealing with tribal conflicts, technological mysteries, and moral dilemmas without clear solutions. The world building expands significantly on the first game, revealing more about how the old world fell and introducing new machine types with logical ecological roles. Ruins and data points tell tragic stories of humanity's final days. The main villain presents genuinely threatening motivations tied to the series' mythology. Performance on PS5 showcases stunning visuals with detailed environments and incredible machine designs. At number 3 sits Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, a samurai epic that tells a deeply personal story about honor, sacrifice, and adaptation during the Mongol invasion of Tsushima. You play as Jin Sakai, a samurai forced to abandon traditional combat codes and embrace unconventional tactics to save his homeland. The narrative brilliantly explores the internal conflict between Jin's samurai upbringing and the necessity of becoming the Ghost, a shadowy warrior who uses fear and deception. Character relationships drive the emotional core, particularly Jin's bond with his uncle, Lord Shimura, and the mentorship with thief Yuna. Each act escalates the personal and political stakes, as Jin's actions have irreversible consequences on his honor and relationships. Side tales flesh out supporting characters while exploring different perspectives on war, duty, and survival. The game captures feudal Japan authentically through architecture, customs, and philosophical conflicts. Environmental storytelling uses visual cues and optional exploration to reveal the island's history and the invasion's impact. Mythic tales blend folklore with gameplay, offering supernatural encounters that enrich the cultural atmosphere. The Iki Island expansion adds substantial story content exploring Jin's past trauma and family history.
Spider-Man 2 swings into 4th place, with a narrative that successfully juggles two protagonists while delivering the most emotionally resonant story in Insomniac's Marvel Universe. The game alternates between Peter Parker and Miles Morales as they face Kraven's hunt and the threat of the Venom symbiote. Peter's arc explores themes of power, corruption, and identity as the symbiote amplifies his aggression and forces him to confront his darker impulses. Miles comes into his own as a hero, balancing superhero responsibilities with personal relationships and cultural identity. The villain roster is exceptional, with Kraven presenting a physical threat unlike previous antagonists, hunting superpowered individuals as ultimate prey. The symbiote storyline subverts expectations by focusing on how it affects relationships rather than just being a power boost. Character moments between missions develop the cast naturally through casual conversations and shared activities. Side missions feature returning villains and new threats that tie into character development. The relationship between Peter and MJ evolves as she takes more active roles in missions. Harry Osborn's story provides emotional weight as his friendship with Peter becomes complicated by the symbiote. The pacing balances spectacular set pieces with quieter, character-driven scenes effectively. God of War Ragnarok claims 5th position by concluding Kratos and Atreus' Norse saga with a story about breaking cycles of violence and choosing your own destiny. The narrative picks up years after the previous game, as father and son search for answers about Atreus' giant heritage while preparing for the prophesied Ragnarok. Character development reaches new heights, as Kratos learns to trust Atreus while grappling with his inability to change fate. Atreus struggles with his identity, torn between his role as Loki and his desire to prevent destruction. The supporting cast expands significantly, with Freya seeking vengeance, Thor battling his reputation, and Odin manipulating events as a surprisingly understated antagonist. Mimir provides levity and wisdom, while both conversations deliver world-building and character insights. The game explores all 9 realms, with each offering unique cultures, conflicts, and stories. Side quests delve into Norse mythology, while providing character moments that enrich the main narrative. The relationship dynamics shift as Atreus matures and questions his father's protective nature. Ragnarok itself unfolds in unexpected ways that prioritize character choices over predetermined destiny. The ending provides satisfying closure, while leaving possibilities for future stories.
Red Dead Redemption 2 takes 6th place with arguably the most detailed and emotionally devastating narrative in open-world gaming. You experience the decline of the Vanderland gang through Arthur Morgan's eyes as they flee across America pursued by law and rival gangs. The story examines loyalty, morality, and the death of the Old West through a sprawling cast of fully realized characters. Arthur's personal journey from dutiful enforcer to questioning his life choices creates genuine emotional investment. Dutch van der Linde's descent from charismatic leader to paranoid tyrant happens gradually through subtle character changes. The honor system affects story outcomes and Arthur's character arc, with different endings based on player choices. Camp interactions develop gang members through optional conversations that reveal backstories and relationships. Each chapter explores different regions and conflicts, while the gang's situation deteriorates. The game tackles themes of redemption, inevitable change, and the cost of violence through Arthur's tuberculosis diagnosis, forcing him to face mortality. Side missions are masterfully written, ranging from helping strangers to complex multi-part storylines. Environmental storytelling fills the world with abandoned homesteads, random encounters, and discoverable locations that tell complete stories without dialogue. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt arrives at number 7, delivering an epic fantasy narrative across a war-torn continent filled with moral ambiguity and consequence. You control Geralt of Rivia, searching for his adopted daughter Ciri, while navigating political conflicts and supernatural threats. The main story weaves personal stakes with world-ending danger as the Wild Hunt pursues Ciri for her reality-bending powers. What elevates the narrative is how choices throughout the game affect outcomes in unpredictable ways, with decisions from early side quests impacting late-game scenarios. Character writing is exceptional, with Geralt, Yennefer, and Tristan forming a complicated family dynamic. The Baron questline stands as one of gaming's finest self-contained stories, exploring domestic abuse, war trauma, and redemption without easy answers. Political intrigue across multiple kingdoms creates a living world where wars rage regardless of player involvement. Side quests avoid fetch quest mentality, instead presenting morally complex situations where the right choice is rarely clear. Monster contracts provide context and tragedy, revealing humans are often more monstrous than the creatures. The expansions add substantial story content, with Hearts of Stone focusing on intimate character drama, and Blood and Wine providing a bittersweet conclusion to Geralt's journey.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla claims 8th position with its sprawling Viking saga that explores themes of legacy, faith, and finding home. You play as Eivor, leading a clan from Norway to establish a settlement in England during the Viking invasion. The narrative structure allows tackling England's regions in various orders, while building alliances and confronting the Hidden One's conflict with the Order of the Ancients. Eivor's character can be male, female, or let the animus decide, with the choice affecting how certain story beats play out. The settlement serves as an emotional anchor that grows throughout the game based on your efforts. Sigurd's story arc provides the main thrust, as his behavior changes mysteriously, testing his bond with Eivor. The mythology segments exploring Norse realms like Asgard and Jotunheim add surreal narrative layers that connect to the main story. Romance options are well developed, with characters having their own arcs beyond being love interests. The modern-day story makes significant revelations about the series' mythology. Regional leaders present different challenges and moral questions about conquest versus cooperation. The narrative addresses the complexity of Viking culture beyond simple raiders, showing their society, beliefs, and internal conflicts.
Cyberpunk 2077 takes 9th place after extensive updates transformed it into the immersive narrative experience it was meant to be. You create V, a mercenary in Night City, pursuing legendary status while dealing with a biochip containing the consciousness of terrorist Johnny Silverhand. The story explores themes of identity, mortality, and corporate exploitation in a dystopian future where humanity and technology blur. Johnny's presence creates constant conflict as his personality clashes with V's, but their relationship evolves from antagonism to understanding. LifePath's origin stories affect dialogue options and provide different perspectives on Night City's factions. Main story branches significantly based on choices, with multiple endings that range from bittersweet to tragic. Side jobs are extensively developed questlines involving characters like Panem, Judy, and River with their own complete story arcs. The world building is exceptional, with every district having distinct culture, architecture, and social dynamics. Environmental storytelling through shards, overheard conversations, and explorable locations paints a detailed picture of societal collapse. The relationship between V and Jackie in the prologue creates emotional investment that resonates throughout. Romance options are thoughtfully integrated into character arcs, rather than being simple rewards. Rounding out the list at 10, Final Fantasy XVI delivers a mature political fantasy epic that stands apart from previous series entries. You follow Clive Rossfield through decades of his life as he seeks revenge against those who destroyed his kingdom and murdered his brother. The narrative draws heavily from Game of Thrones, with complex political machinations between nations vying for control of mother crystals. The icon battles provide spectacular set pieces where summoned gods clash in reality-warping conflicts. Character development focuses on Clive's journey from vengeful soldier to leader fighting for a better world. Supporting cast includes memorable personalities like Sid, who becomes a mentor figure, and Jell, whose relationship with Clive develops naturally. The game explores themes of slavery, religious manipulation, and breaking generational cycles of violence. Side quests flesh out the world and supporting characters, while providing context for the main conflict. The active time lore system allows checking character and event details without breaking immersion. Voice acting is exceptional throughout, with performances that sell the dramatic moments. The story takes dark turns, addressing war's cost and the price of freedom without shying from consequences.